Yo, what's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Coffee Pod. My name is Chisha Zed.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
Guys, it's 90 degrees here in Los Angeles. I got my iced coffee here today. Today we're going to be reacting to I Was Married, My Divorce Story by Corey Jones. Shout out to one of my subscribers for shooting this to me, actually. Have never heard of this story, but you have to check this out. Now, I'm going to try my best to not interrupt the story as much as possible, but I will share my commentary in a few spots, and then we'll conclude my commentary at the end of the video. No more wasting time. Let's get it.
I can't believe this. I can't believe I'm really about to talk about this right now. This is crazy, man. Oh my gosh. Welcome everybody. As you can see, this is a different type of video for my channel. The mood is kind of different. I wanted to set the mood for this video because this is a story, a time of my life that I've really never talked about ever. And I just want to be transparent with you all. I want to be transparent with people that follow me, that support me, you know, family, friends, everything like that, you know, this story is something that I withheld to myself for so long. And, you know, some people know, and then some people don't. The people that do know, and the people that don't. And, you know, you kind of make assumptions. Nobody ever knew the full story of what happened. If you've been a subscriber and supporting me since forever, so since the start of this channel, that would be 2017, you probably already knew that I was with this one woman at one time, at one point in my life. She was in some of my vlogs and things like that, videos. And I took those down from my channel, and you know, it was an abrupt ending to those type of vlogs. It was an abrupt ending to, you know, you seeing me around her and things like that. If you're new here, you probably don't even know because I don't have any pictures up. I don't have any videos up or anything. I kind of try to erase that side of my life, you know. I want to be transparent here. So in 2017, I got married. I got married to this girl that I've been with throughout college, you know what I'm saying, mostly through college. And we was together for a while, you know, went through college together, a little bit of our adulthood as well. And you know, decided to jump the broom and be bonded forever, you know what I'm saying? Everything felt right. Everything felt like, you know, it was the right thing to do, the next step to do. You know, since we've been together for a good little minute, you know, people kind of looked up to us as that black couple in school and that couple that just stood through everything, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, you know, we decided to get married, you know. Honestly, was that the best move? At the time, it felt like it, you know. But, you know, sometimes you can't let time determine what's truly going on and what's truly there. But yeah, we decided to get married and you know, take that step towards our lives. Moved from an apartment into a couple of homes. I know some of you all probably seen in some of my old vlogs, we moved from a house to another house, but we was renting, just trying to find a home that we liked to rent until we bought a home, but we ended up renting a home. And of course, that was in the town that my alma mater is in, so if you know, you know. So we, you know, moved in together. Everything is going good, and you know, once we got married, before we got married, there really was never no hiccups or anything like that. At least that I didn't suspect. There was no type of there wasn't really any red flags to me. You know what I'm saying? I think the only red flag that was in me was like, I was like, yo, you know, we've been born and raised here, went to school here. We really need to move from this state in order to be prosperous, you know, in order to make a name for ourselves, build wealth and all that good stuff. Now, granted, I was saying that because there wasn't many opportunity in I'm gonna say it, there wasn't many opportunities in South Carolina for anyone recently graduating. You know, I was a management major, hospitality management major, started off in the hotel industry, worked front desk, became assistant director of rooms very shortly after that. Still wasn't paying that much. Ended up working at the University of South Carolina as an admissions counselor, and I started off making $28,000, guys, $28,000, a whopping $28,000 there. And that was a struggle because I loved the job and I loved what I did there, but it wasn't enough to provide for me and her, even though she had a job, but it was still kind of like a little bit of a struggle. So I think that kind of helped play into what happened in the marriage maybe. But those are conversations that you don't really have beforehand. You kind of just going through life together. And if someone is for you, they're gonna be for you no matter what your salary is, no matter this and that, the connection that y'all have.
Ooh, red flag number one. I'm sorry I had to do it to you guys. I'm sorry I had to do it. Conversations were not talked about when it came to finances, what he expected from her, what she expected from him. And from what it sounds like so far, right, he said, you know, that shouldn't matter when you meet the right person. It always matters. It always matters. Those conversations need to be had. Part of the reason why a lot of people have difficulties in relationships is because they don't have any conversations. Mostly because a lot of people don't even know what they want to begin with. Apart from knowing what will equal a successful relationship, marriage, etc. Right? Okay, we're getting back to it. I know what you're thinking. I hope this guy's not going to pause for the whole story. Trust me, try my best not to. Let's get back into it.
Really, you know, should be strong enough to look past that. But anyway, let's fast forward. So, yeah, we ended up getting married, you know, in October of 2017. Jumped the broom. Everything went well. And it was good, you know what I'm saying? But let's fast forward to the beginning of 2018. So not even a year, not even barely 6 months in. You know, it was around Mother's Day. And, you know, her family came to the house. We grilled. A couple of my family members and friends came to the house. We grilled out, had a good time. And, you know, it was just a good vibe, you know what I'm saying? Being around friends, family, you're in your home, nice day outside, sunny. There's not a care in the world right now, at least for me. And I always looked at her as a person that I can trust. I always looked at her as someone that I wouldn't have to worry about, someone that had my best interest at heart. Always had the utmost respect for her because, like, I knew that she cared for me. That's how I truly felt. But fast forward throughout that day, you know, family was still there, and then it's getting down to the evening. You know, I'm outside grilling with her dad and stuff like that. We're having a good time, chopping it up, shooting the breeze, you know, things that family do. And as the day went on, her family decided to stay the night with us, and we was going to go to breakfast in the morning. So the night is winding down, everyone is going to bed. Me and her go to bed, and you know, at this point I'm exhausted. It's like probably 11:30 p.m. Exhausted, been grilling, been cooking, been socializing all day, just tired. So she was falling asleep, I was falling asleep, but I was kind of tossing and turning a little bit in and out. So I think I fell asleep around like 12-ish, woke back up around 1. Because I just kept hearing bzz, 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 ding, ding, like messages. So I was like, it's 1 a.m. Usually she's not texting her girlfriends or anything like that because they got mans and husbands and stuff too. They don't be texting like that. So I was like, but oh well. So I kind of turned over a little bit and, you know, I wanted to try to go back to sleep. So I went back to sleep, tried to, and still heard it. So I kind of turned back over and kind of cuddled her a little bit, and then as I was cuddling a little bit, I kind of saw her phone, and then I saw a man's name on there that I'd never seen before.
Sheesh. All right, guys, this is where it gets good, right? This is where the coffee starts to get bad.
This coffee smells like shit.
Let's keep watching.
So I was like, 1:30 a.m., a man's name that I don't even know. This don't even sound right. But I didn't press the issue right then and there.
Tyrone.
Until I kept hearing the bzz, 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 ding, ding, ding. So then I was like, yo, like, who you texting this late? And I could tell that she was kind of startled a little bit because she probably thought I was asleep or in and out of sleep or in a deep sleep. So that's what she was like, nobody, doom, doom, doom. I was like, nah, who you texting? Because I know she would tell me instantly who she texting. So, and then she wouldn't tell me. So I was like, let me see your phone. And I've never been this type of guy to go through a phone or nothing like that. So I was like, let me see your phone, because this don't even sound right. She was like, why? She kept questioning why. So I just took the phone. So I was like, boom. Looked at the phone, there was a dude in there, and they was just having this conversation. Looked like they was having a conversation throughout the whole entire day. And I was looking and I was seeing things like, I'm gonna bring you a plate and this and that.
Damn.
And all kinds of stuff. And I was like, what? Who is this cat, yo? Like, this is crazy.
Not even a year into the marriage, this happens. Wild, man.
So then she got upset because I guess I caught her. So I was like, yo, who is this?
Of
Boom,
course.
Boom. And this where it really got me. She was like, I was gonna tell you. I was like, tell me what? What exactly was you gonna tell me? You know what I'm saying? So then, since family is in the house, we decided to go outside because we didn't want to make a ruckus and all this inside since family was staying the night. So we went outside, talked, walked the block, boom, boom, boom. And it's just, she was just telling me about the situation, this and that, this and that. And the weird thing about this is I never suspected that any of this would ever happen. But I realized once she started hanging out with these new friends of hers, all of her friends was married, but all of them had bad marriages. Either the wife was cheating on the husband or the husband was cheating on the wife. And I was like, she shouldn't be hanging with them, but I can't control who she hang with. Like, she just got these new group of friends where everybody had something going wrong in their marriages, and yet we're newlywed, and she's seeing this and that, and they're probably influencing her to do this. So all kind of stuff like this is going through my head.
All right, guys. 3 more red flags I just want to point out here. Never suspected this would happen. Number one, right? It's obviously here, this guy was more in like a blue pill naive state when it came to relationships, how they work, female nature, potential of things going wrong. He never saw it coming. And he said they never had problems in the past. Red flag number 3. So far 2. Red flag number 3, cheating friends. She had friends that were cheating. And then we have the 4th red flag. He says, I can't control who she hangs out with. No, you can't. But you can decide what you're going to tolerate or not tolerate, because who she hangs out with will influence her and then will directly affect who she is, which will directly affect you. Just some things to remember here. And man, this is brutal. So far, this seems like it's going to be pretty brutal, right? The coffee is getting bitter.
Put that coffee down.
Let's get back into it.
And it just made me realize, like, this is crazy. This is not the end of it, but at that moment, I was like, this is crazy. Like, I really couldn't process anything. So after we had a little walk, went back in, went to sleep. Woke up that morning, and I just had a bad feeling in my gut. And we were supposed to go to breakfast with her parents. You know what I'm saying? I didn't feel right going to breakfast. I had to fake like I was sick because the situation really threw me for a loop, you know what I'm saying? So my mom couldn't make it to the Mother's Day cookout, so we ended up going to my mom's spot in Sumter. So had to fake the funk there. Had to fake the funk like everything was going good.
That's
Car
terrible.
ride, not really talking. On the way back, talked a little bit about what was going on. And then we got back in the home, and then that's when we really had the conversation later that night where, you know, Like, okay, what's up? What happened? Who this dude is? What's the relationship? How y'all know each other? Boom, boom, boom. Come to find out, I remember about 3 months before, me and her started like going to the gym together, things like this. And she was telling me about this trainer that had this new program.
Oh, hell no.
And she was like, yo, we should go to this camp since we're going to the gym. It'll be cool for us to go as a couple, boom, boom, boom. I was like, all right, cool. Never ended up going, but I guess she continued to talk to the trainer. So the guy was a trainer. And so they kind of had a little bit of history, and he knew that she was married. And of course, dudes don't really care like that. It's up to the woman to neglect that. So I can't even be mad at the dude. Like, I'm mad at the disrespect for him to come at a married woman, but I can't be mad at him because he can only do what she allows. So at that point, I was like, boom, we newlyweds, we got to try to get through this, you know what I'm saying? The old me in this situation would be like, nah, it's dead right then and there. But I was like, since we newlyweds and since we just got married and since you're supposed to try to work through things, I'm going to try to work with you. So I was like, look, we can get through this, but I'm going to need you to delete this guy off social media. I'm going to need you to delete the number. I'm going to need for you to lose all connection with this guy if you're not interested in this guy. If you want to be with this guy and you're interested, let me know now. And we can talk about all of that, you know what I'm saying? And we can move away from each other, whatever. But let me know. So she's like, no, I could delete him. 2 days later, I remember getting home before her.
Mistake.
And she's not home yet, but her iPad is in the room. I just got home, took a shower, about to take a nap, and I see her iPad is on my nightstand, and then I see this guy, the same guy, number through iMessage popping up on the iPad. I was like, I thought she was gonna stop talking to this dude. Like, what's going on? So I opened the iPad, and she was like, I'm on the way home, don't text me, let me text you. And at that moment, that's when I know I got a problem on my hands. You know what I'm saying? As a man, you do not want this problem on your hands.
That's when he found out he had a problem. And listen, I'm not here to get on my man here. I feel for him. Let me tell you guys something. This is eerily similar, especially when I heard the iPad situation. This is pretty similar to a story I told of how I was red-pilled, right? The reason I started kind of studying all these things, male nature, female nature, intersexual dynamics, read The Rational Male, found alpha male strategies, which then led to the coffee pod that iPad always gives people. Wait, go check out that video if you haven't heard it, of me telling my story. I wasn't married in my situation, obviously, but this is brutal, man. I feel for my guy. But I want you guys to notice just how naive he was during his first marriage right there. That's when he realized he had a problem on his hands, is when he saw her keep texting, his wife keep texting the trainer after he told her to stop. He thought it was over. He thought it was a conversation away. And something tells me that there's some like Christianity influence here, because only Christians, as somebody who believes in God, believes in Jesus, believes in the Bible, only Christians believe that they should put themselves through, and I'm talking about from personal experience, but only Christians believe they should put themselves through this type of pain and not cut someone off. It's like, forgive. But I may be wrong. He may not be Christian, right? I'm trying to justify why didn't he walk away after that first time it happened? Because you could probably guess red flag number 5 is he forgave her for cheating. And not only that, forgave her for cheating without there being any consequences or change to the dynamics of their relationship. And we all know people who shamelessly cheat and get caught and aren't apologetic. She was actually upset at him. People who do that are probably going to do it again. No more waste of time. Let's get back into this, man.
You do not want your woman going behind your back, sneaking, lying, and doing all this, and you just got married and trying to work on things at that, and I'm willing to give you another chance. So when she got home, I didn't know anything. I didn't know anything. She got home, she took a shower, boom, boom, boom. And she said she was going to dinner with one of her friends. I said, all right, go to dinner. Go to dinner with one of your, I don't know if she was with the friend or him, I don't know. But I already had the intel that I need that they was gonna continue to communicate. So then when she left, I opened the iPad up again and I noticed that they was trying to plan going to the mountains together in North Carolina and trying to figure out a way for her to get there and this and that. And I'm like, yo, that's when it hit me. That's when it hit me, man. Like, as a man, that's the worst feeling you can ever feel. When you've been disrespected, lied to, betrayed by someone that you love. And I never, ever felt pain like this a day in my life. And still to this day, I still haven't felt a pain that I felt when I saw those messages. And when I realized she was lying, and I never felt that type of pain.
That's tough.
At that moment, I just remember dropping down to the bed and just crying, bruh. I was crying out of anger, upset. I didn't know how to feel. Like, I really didn't know what to do. And I didn't want to talk to anybody about it because what happens in your home stays in your home until it's final. So I had to deal with this by myself. It was just me and her. I wasn't talking to nobody about it. I was just talking to myself about it. Coworkers was asking, like, why do I look this way and that way? And I could not explain it because it's like, I didn't want to put information out there without things being final. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not that type of dude. And that's why it took me so long to make this video or even tell people what happened, because for so long, since 2017, I've lost followers that was connected to me and her because they think that I did something. I've lost some of her friends that was my friends too that think that I did something. You know, like, people automatically assume, oh, if they divorce or this and that, the man did something. But
true.
in this situation, I did not do anything. I never physically abused her, emotionally abused her. I've done all I could for this girl, with this girl. I've never, like, so for anybody out there that thought I did something, you know what I'm saying, that's y'all, but I'm telling y'all the story. But let's go back. So at this moment, when she got back, she could tell that I was pissed. And I was like, you know something? What's going on? I know that you're still talking to this dude, this and that. We got into a huge arguing match or whatever. So at this moment, I decided to try to figure out a way for us to not be in this situation right now. It's heated in the house, we're arguing, we're looking at each other weird. I didn't like this feeling. I was like, yo, look, and this is probably the worst thing that I could ever do in this situation. I was like, look, I'm gonna get you a hotel room for 2-3 days.
What?
You go there and you think about everything. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, shit.
You're saying you're sorry, you're saying you apologize, you're saying that you don't want to talk to this guy. You think about it, and you think about what you actually want. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yo, hold up.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
Forgave her for a third time. Decided to ignore what he saw for a third time. I'm counting. And now his cheating girlfriend, who is unapologetic, right? She should be on her knees crying, begging for him to take her back because he's supposed to be walking away at this point. She's arguing. She's not fighting for the relationship, right? She's obviously arguing because there would be no argument. There would just be tears from a woman who realizes she's messed up and is about to lose something she values. But instead, she's arguing with this guy. And no offense to Corey here, and he did say this was the worst thing I could do. Why? Because you're paying, getting your wife, your cheating wife, a hotel room when another man has her attention. And the question is, what would anybody expect would come out of that? Well, he would obviously go over to the hotel room, I'm guessing, and bust those cheeks. All due respect. She belongs to the streets. Sorry. And I'm talking about respect to Corey Jones here telling this story, not the woman who cheated with no remorse. This shit is wild, bro. No more wasting time. Let's keep on listening.
I'm not about to have you in this house lying and doing all this and going behind my back. I'm gonna get you a hotel room for 2-3 days. You know what I'm saying? And you go and you think about everything. Think about what has happened, how this is affecting what we have going on. You know what I'm saying? And you think about that.
Well-intentioned.
So 2-3 days come back. She come back to the crib. I instantly noticed another change. She had this look on her face. She's very cold. She's very, like, this is a side of her that I've never seen before. Like, it's a whole new person. I was like, what happened? Like, what's going on?
He was busting those cheeks. Guys, let's be honest. Let's speak as men here, right? Listening to the story. If it didn't happen before this, this is when it happened for sure. Right? Fast, not slow. Brutal, brutal story. Let's keep listening.
2-3 days come back. She come back to the crib. I instantly noticed another change. She had this look on her face. She's very cold. She's very, like, this is a side of her that I've never seen before. Like, it's a whole new person. I was like, what happened? Like, what's going on? And then out of prowling and prying and things like that, she just broke out crying and said she invited the dude to her hotel room. And I was like, why? She was like, just to talk. Just to talk?
Guys, I'm drinking coffee. Right, I'm drinking coffee. It's not alcohol. Just to talk. Just to talk. It's so bad right now that all I can do is laugh at this situation. Right? Jesus Christ.
And what happened? Oh, he tried to kiss me, blah, 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 but nothing happened. Okay.
This coffee smells like shit, for sure.
This coffee smells like shit.
All right. And that was the last straw. I was like, at this moment, this is done. We done. We are done. I cannot do this, you know what I'm saying? But I did set up a therapy session for us. Tried the therapy session, that didn't go too well. And then eventually she was just like, she gonna move out. So she moved out the house.
Hold up.
As I told you, I wasn't.
Hold up. Did he just say he set a therapy session to try and fix this situation after this happened? Well-intentioned man, bro. Well-intentioned, was really fighting for his marriage. Congratulations. But obviously naive. And at that point, I'm sure he's different now, right? I'm sure he learned from his experience back before. At that point, didn't realize that it was dead. The situation was done. The first time he heard the phone at 1 a.m. buzzing and ringing, it was done. And then it sounds like she ended up leaving. And that's how it sounds like it came to an end. I'll stop pausing it so much. Just finish this video up.
Making that much, so I couldn't afford the payments myself. So she moved out. And then I was forced to move to Charlotte with my sister and commute back and forth every single day from Charlotte to Columbia, South Carolina to work every single day. While she had the means to, you know, afford a little apartment or something like that on her own, I couldn't afford that at that moment. Had credit card bills and stuff like that with our name in it and things like that. And it was just crazy. So she moved out, got her own place, and just left me there. You know what I'm saying? And I decided, like, you know, that's probably best anyway. But it was no hesitation. She got her place, moved out, moved in her apartment, I was commuting back and forth from Columbia to Charlotte to my sister's place, staying on the couch. And I don't know if y'all remember, but I took like a 3-month hiatus from YouTube, trying to get my life together. And then I ended up moving to Atlanta because I took on a new job, and I stayed with my cousin for a couple of months till I got on my feet, saved some money and things like that. And even though we wasn't together and we decided to separate, I was like, it just felt so bad in me I just felt like a failure, you know? And this is the only time in my life where I legit felt like a failure, like something failed in my life. Something so big, one of the biggest moments, being married, being in a relationship, and trying to build things, and then it just failed. I legit felt like a failure. So when I moved to Atlanta, you probably could ask my cousin, like he had like him and his wife and his kid stayed, and I had a room upstairs, and I would be in that room all the time. I didn't want to go out. I did not. I was just in this state of mind where I just felt like a failure, man. I just felt like a failure, and that was that, man. I was like, what can I do? I was trying to figure out ways, like, what can I do to make the situation better? But it was nothing that I could do. And as a man, as a husband, you always want to try to do your best to make the situation better. But I couldn't figure it out, so I tried one more last attempt. I was like, yo, our anniversary is coming up. It's like when we...
Oh, God. Ah, man. One more last final attempt. I really feel for this guy, man. This had to have been like a traumatic experience. The reaction I'm giving to his experience, right, is the same reaction I give to myself when I look back at the times when I was naive when it came to relationships. After all this, he still couldn't accept what it was. Crazy. What do you guys think so far? Comment down below. Let's finish this video up. It's almost done.
We first met. I want to give one last attempt to this, because one thing about me, I'm gonna do my best, so I know that I didn't give up. I didn't give up on a situation. I didn't do anything. So I was like, look, for our anniversary, we're gonna go down to Myrtle Beach, and for that weekend, we're just gonna vibe. We're gonna see what's going on, you know. So I got us a resort at Myrtle Beach, had the room decked out nice or whatever, you know. Had some roses delivered to the room to be there by the time we got there.
Can't believe this shit.
Some catering options and things like that set up so we can go out, eat and things like that. And I could just tell eventually that was gonna be the last time that we had a trip or a time together. Something shifted, you know what I'm saying? Once that trust is breached, once a mistake and once something like that happens, it's like hard to come back from that. It's very hard to come back from that. Like I'm a big person on respect, support, trust, all that stuff. And once that is breached, you know, I can't really go back and revert, but I tried. And I think that's what made me okay with like knowing that I've done all I can in that situation. Because even though she made a mistake, even though this and that happened, I still was willing to try to make things work. Because as a husband, as a man, you have to try, you know what I'm saying? No matter what, through thick and thin, till death do us part, you gotta try, you know what I'm saying? So I rested comfortably.
No, you don't. Corey Jones, I'm on your side, bro. I'm on your side. I want to see other guys in this situation succeed, but no, you don't. You do not have to do everything possible before you walk away from a relationship. where a woman has cheated on you. As a man, you're not called to some higher moral, ethical responsibility to the point that you're supposed to suffer through multiple cheating situations. No. You walk away from this. If you're going through this right now, I'm not sure who's going to watch this, but you walk away from this. You walk away from the first time. That's how you get the best possible end result. Even if you do decide to work it out, which I'll suggest that you do not, but you walking away, you not fighting and not tolerating that is the best way to fix this type of a situation and walking away completely overall. Let's keep listening.
Knowing that I tried, and I tried to give it my best. But, people make mistakes, you know what I'm saying? And it's just a mistake that cost us a huge decision of our lives to be divorced and not be together. And, to this day, do we talk every day? No. Do we talk all the time? No. You know what I'm saying? If I seen her, I'll be cordial. But I can't envision myself wanting to go through something like that again, and I don't want anybody to go through that again. So yeah, I think, after about 4 years, I'm finally comfortable talking about this, because for so long, it felt like a failure, you know what I'm saying? And of course, she mentioned some things that she felt like were pain points for her. Like, she mentioned me once I started my YouTube channel, that I wasn't paying her any attention, which to me is a little bit skewed a little bit, because for one, I would include her into my vlogs. I would try to include her into different processes of the YouTube.
Anything but accountability. Anything but accountability, bro. She didn't deserve you. She didn't deserve the good treatment you were giving her. She didn't deserve the attention. Point blank, period.
Like, granted, of course, editing takes time and shooting takes time, but that's not all day, you know what I'm saying? I know she mentioned sometimes when shows on, I wasn't paying attention to the show, I was in my phone. But if it's a show that I don't really like, I'm in there with you. I'm just not paying attention to the show like that. But I'm still right next to you, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not off in another room watching something else, secluded. Like, I'm still in the living room, still up under you with you watching the show. I'm just on my phone answering emails, or I might bring my laptop down and edit on my laptop instead of upstairs or something like that, Excuses. So she was bringing up little things like that, and I feel like if it was truly a problem, then it should have been mentioned instead of going out and doing who knows whatever with whoever, The way my life has been going since that, once I got on my feet, moved to Atlanta, my life has been skyrocketing, you know what I'm saying? Focused more on my YouTube.
Wonderful.
Became a creator up next in 2019 for YouTube.
Wonderful.
Had several opportunities with brand partnerships, this and that, new job, new apartment, all of this, and I would just attest that to God, you know what I'm saying? Even through all of that, I prayed, you know what I'm saying? I kept faith that things would be better for me, you know what I'm saying? And even for her, I still want things to go well for her. I want her to find somebody that she could be happy with, and, I want that for her. So I don't have any animosity or any ill will towards her. But since that, I think sometimes God make you go through things so you can see the other side and so you can be a better you.
Like I thought, probably Christian, right? And that's true. A lot of us had to go through a similar story or have gone through similar stories so we could become a better version of ourselves, right? The no lies there. Now, is it better that we avoid those mistakes without going through that? I think we'd all agree yes, but that's not how things tend to work out in most cases. We're almost done here, last few minutes.
Because honestly, I don't know if I would be where I'm at today without going through that situation. I'm a better man. I make better decisions. I'm successful. I'm a young black king out here, you know what I'm saying? And
Wonderful.
I can't say back then that I was that, you know? I was striving for it, but now I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is everything that I dreamed of, I now have. And, you know, it feels good. Yeah, I just wanted to share this story, man, because I held it in for so long, and I was like, dang, I need to share this story, you know? And appreciate all y'all for listening, and thank you all for the support. Thank you all for rocking with me through all this, man.
So guys, that's pretty much it there as far as the story is concerned. Shout out to Corey Jones. Go check him out on YouTube. Yeah, very, very tragic divorce story. And as always, man, we're going to check out these comments as we regularly do. Let's see what the people had to say about this story. Our first comment comes from a woman who says, YouTube recommended this video several times and I was reluctant to watch it because I wasn't sure what I would be exposing myself to. But today I decided to watch this in hopes I can learn something from a male perspective. I'm glad I did! ! Sorry for what happened to you. Sometimes you need a practice wife to get ready for the real wife. I don't know how I feel about that sentence, gentlemen. Sometimes you need a practice wife to get ready for, I guess. Nah, let's keep reading. You seem like an upstanding man with a good character. It's her loss, I think she meant to say. If I was her friend, I would advise her to stay away from the trainer. Many of these men get into that field to meet vulnerable women. What's done is done. God will restore the years the locust has eaten, as you can see. Bible reference there to famine, and famine representing difficult times in biblical stories. Locust eating vegetation and producing famine, and she's figuratively saying his life has been restored as his life got better. She goes on to say, I'm in Atlanta myself, and I love the many opportunities they have here. I'm glad it's working for you. Yeah. Here's the problem with the comment like this coming from a woman is that it's expected, right? There's no accountability here that's being held saying, oh yeah, women cheat and you have to be careful. Oh, sometimes you need a practice wife. But no one here does she say anything about the woman who cheated. Oh yeah, she does. She says, if I was her friend, I would tell her to stay away from the trainer. But what else would you tell her? Would you tell her to not cheat? Would you tell her to not be a cheating woman, cheating 3 or 4? These are the conversations that need to be had. Women need to hold other women accountable. Listen, it's no secret now that women are cheating at higher rates than men do. Mainly due to just access alone to sex. So guys, let's check out another comment here. This one comes from a man and it reads, as a man in this situation, it is the most loneliest position to be in because when you're going through it, you can't really talk to anyone about it. It's embarrassing, belittling, and a huge blow to your self-esteem. Women have support groups and they automatically get the benefit of the doubt. But when this happens to men, it makes us look weak, feel weak. Sharing this had to be therapeutic, I'm sure. More men need to share these experiences because it happens more often than we think. Very, very true. And of course, man, like my man Corey said during his story, he said, hey, a lot of people think I did something wrong just based on them jumping to conclusions and not really knowing what went on in his marriage. This next comment reads, as a woman who will never cheat, never say never. And I have to say things like this because, guys, notice how when women talk about cheating, they talk like they have never cheated, will never cheat, and most women don't cheat. Most women cheat today. Women cheat more than men today. Get it through your head. You want to be aware that this is possible. And if you see a woman who has a problem with stepping out of relationships, cheating on you, stepping out of the marriage, you need to let her go fast, not slow. There should not be grace for that because when a woman cheats, in most cases, when she's a woman who is still whole, right, not broken by past relationships and able to pair bond, she is bonded with that man. She gets the higher dose of a bonding chemical. She has been conquered. She is no longer yours. And if after that you heard, so you're saying men can cheat? No. Worry about women. That's what this conversation is about right now. Right? Don't try to switch it. The comment goes on to say, I will say this. The moment you realize that a woman has a tendency to cheat, you should run. Thank you. Good coffee.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
Not cheating is about respect for yourself and your body as a woman. It's never about the man or the relationship. That's also good. There's some truth to that. She goes on to say, a virtuous woman would never feel comfortable sharing her body or having anything intimate with more than one man. Then she's classifying virtually all women today as non-virtuous because you're not going to find a virgin. And I bet you this woman is speaking from the perspective of a virgin, but if she wasn't one, I wonder if she would share the same sentiment. Listen, I'm not trying to be pessimistic here, just trying to read into these stories and keep it a buck. She goes on to say, a tendency to cheat means when problems come, she will cheat, and problems always come. She spoke a lot of truth there. Shout out to this comment for sure. Our next comment here comes from another woman who says, I felt like a failure after my divorce, and one day I saw this quote. Failure is an event, not a person, an event that occurred in my life that did not work out. The marriage failed, not the people. I applaud you for giving it your all and being transparent. I hope other men are brave enough to share their truths. Great video. This was a very great video. We got a man here who says, as a black man who is a therapist and who is divorced, I must say I applaud your skill approach to healing. May God bless you as you move to your next chapter. We men need to talk to each other more. Yes, very, very true. This next female commenter reads, man, the fact that there are men who really value relationships/marriage is awesome. Kind of gives me hope that one day I'll get married to a God-fearing, monogamous, faithful man. And guys, this is a very interesting comment right here because this comment got like over 1,000 likes. This is what people think, right? This is the misconception. Most people believe that men are the gender that struggle with monogamous relationships, with staying faithful. There was an article recently published by the New York Post. I talked about it. And this article talked about a study that proved that women are the gender that struggle within monogamous relationships. They get bored. That was the reason. So this idea that there's a lack of men who are faithful is not true. What there is a lack of are high value men, which most women want, who are faithful, most likely. This next comment reads, as a woman, I wish there were more men like you. You are a beautiful soul. Listen, guys. I'm glad I ended on this comment. This is what women will say they want right here with their own lips. They will say they want this and then treat you like trash. I bet you Corey Jones has learned from this situation. When he said he's not the same man, was I probably got open to the possibilities of maybe not all women being sugar and spice. And this doesn't mean that women are horrible people. But what I'm trying to say is going into the situation, he said, well, I thought everything would go smoothly. That's not how it usually goes. Look at the data. Women initiating divorce at 70 to 80%. Women at this point cheating more than men do. These are not opinions that I'm just pulling out of nowhere. These are the facts, right? This is what's going on. And this beautiful soul, him being like that ultra nice guy, the women who are applauding that are women who have already had fun in the streets, right? Let Tyrone bust those cheeks. Let that trainer beat it up. And now they're looking for this guy. And it won't work out with this guy either. Nice guys finish last. That's just the truth. They're people pleasers. They don't know their worth. Being good is different from being nice, right? Living on principle is different from being a people pleaser. You will always finish last if your goal in life is to make other people happy. That is not your goal. Now, to be in peace and cooperate with other people as much as possible, sure. But if you spend your life trying to avoid being disagreeable with other people, you're going to get walked all over. You're going to get treated terribly. You're going to ignore red flags because you're going to be trying as much as possible to fix things when in some cases you should just walk away from things. I mean, let's start from the beginning of this guy's situation. Red flag number one, didn't have a conversation about expectations going into relationships. A lot of people don't do that. They don't talk about what they expect in a relationship. What do you want to see in the future when we're together? Do you want a partnership? These are the conversations you got to have. It's not just going to work out because you love her, right? Don't think that way. That's not good coffee.
Put that coffee down.
It's not going to work out just because, oh, she's my college sweetheart in this situation or high school sweetheart. Whatever you may think you feel inside, that's not going to get you through hard times, through a difficult relationship or marriage. It's just not. You gotta have those difficult conversations. Do you think that in this relationship going forward, I am going to be paying for everything while you stay at home? She says, okay, yes, that's what I want. Well, that's not what I expect. I expect you to work, right? Let's get realistic. Understand what you're getting involved in. Girls' nights out. Talk about it all, man. Can she travel by herself? Girls' trips, man. This is where the red flags all happen. You marry a chick, you know, you meet her in the church, you think everything's good. Next thing you know, her trainer is a man who's busting her cheeks and ruining your marriage. Next red flag that he ignored is never suspected this would happen. Not suspecting that a woman could cheat. You have to be open to the possibility of a woman stepping out. And this doesn't mean for you guys out there who think relationships are all terrible and women are terrible, get out of here. That's not what my channel is about, right? All women are bad. They're all going to cheat eventually. Shut up. That's not what this is about. This is about becoming aware. It's about putting yourself in the best possible situation. It's about having self-control to take whatever life may throw at you, not putting yourself in difficult situations, right? Cheating friends. He ignored the cheating friends in his woman's life. Next, he says, I can't control who she hangs out with. Okay, you might not be able to control what your chick does, where she goes, who she hangs out with, but you can control what you tolerate. You can walk away. Sure, go do whatever you want to do. You're free to do whatever you want to do. But I do not date women seriously in serious relationships or marry women who do A, B, and C. And the other mistakes he made, he forgave her once for cheating. Catches her cheating a second time, stays. He's too good to her. Catches her cheating a third time, stays. Catches her cheating a fourth time, and she's fighting with him instead of apologizing, stays and tries to work it out. And then finally says, after trying so many times, he says something shifted. On her anniversary, I tried, something shifted. And that thing that shifted was she finally realized that he did not respect himself. If she took him back, it would only get worse. He needed to become the man he is now in order for her to even be attracted to him in the first place. It was a brutal experience, and it's a shame that many men have to go through this. But think about this. If she took him back after that final attempt he made, after cheating multiple times, she wouldn't have been able to respect him. And she knew that. She couldn't respect him. And if he's truly changed, then that's the type of man women find attractive, men who value themselves. Women know far ahead in a relationship what the man they're with will tolerate and what they can get away with. They know the men they can cheat on. You don't think they have those conversations of if he catches me, he's probably just gonna stay. He doesn't stand up for himself. They know that. They know who to play with, bro. You must value yourself. Overall, man, I want to give a huge shout out again to Corey Jones for sharing his experience and his divorce. And I'm so glad he's doing a lot better now. Shout out to you, brother. Keep on ascending, keep on improving, knowing your worth, knowing your value, and any man out here who's gone through this or is currently gone through this. Listen, I appreciate you guys for checking out another episode of The Coffee Pod. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.